Hi there, so in this video we're going to take a little bit of a look at now and next boards and visual timetables and their use and practice. Today I've got Teddy here to help me. Teddy's going to be my willing assistant and child, just so that I can show you a couple of little things with visual timetables. So what we'll do is I think we'll start with the now and next boards, because that's a really easy one for you to start with your child, and it's not very complex. So a now and next board, this is what we mean by a now and next board. So some sort of piece of paper or card or some area where you simply have now and next, and then you'd have the ability to either Velcro or blue tack the picture underneath each word. So this one I've got, if you were doing say a bedtime routine, you might do a story and then it might be bedtime. So on this side now we're going to have the story, and then next, which is after the story, we're going to be going to bed. So we'd go, so set Teddy here. Oh Teddy, look, it's bedtime routine. Now we're gonna have our story. Next, we're going to bed. Right, let's have our story. You'd then do your story with the child, and you'd be, so, story's finished, and it's bedtime. And then you put your child to bed. So that's really simple. You're just showing them, we're going to do this and then we're going to do that. And it just clues them in to what's happening. So again, this is something you could use with, let's see if I have, again, something you could use with this is, again on here, you could have, now we're going to wash our face, next we're going to brush our teeth. Okay, and really that could be used for all sorts of things, you know. Now we're going to have our lunch, next we're going to go to the park. So your child knows, this is what I'm going to be doing now, and then when I've finished this, this is what's happening. And it is good when you've had lunch to then hand over hand get your child to take that symbol off so they can see that's finished. We would say have like a little envelope or a little box or something that you keep all your symbols in, and let your child pop it into there so they can see it's finished, and then they're going to the park. So that's a really simple way of getting started. And again, this could be a photo of the plate and cup that they always have their lunch on, and this could actually be a photo of the actual park that you go to. They don't have to be the symbols. So that's a really nice, easy way of doing it. Another way of using visual timetabling is within certain activities. So you might find that in a morning your child really struggles with the whole morning routine, and they find it really difficult and perhaps get a little bit frustrated. So you might have something I've done here. All I've done is I've laminated a piece of white paper and I've folded it into a little triangle to make it into a little stand. You can do that, you don't have to do that. You could just simply have a piece of card or something, or have somewhere where you can put the pictures for your child to see. So I've just got this. So it might be that they get a little bit kind of frustrated around that. So you say to them, right, okay, so we're going to wash our face, we're going to get dressed, and then we're going to brush our hair. And so you'd do all the washing of the face, and you go, oh, so it'd be, we're going to wash our face, wash all the face, and then washing face is finished. Again, letting your child take that off, and then next we're going to get dressed. Look, we're going to get dressed, and get your child hand over hand if necessary to point to that picture, and then get dressed. And again, once you've got dressed, oh, getting dressed is finished, Teddy. Look, we've just got to brush our hair, and then you brush hair, Brushing hair is finished. Oh, we're all ready, Teddy. Fantastic. So it just gives them something to focus on. They know what's coming up, and it can take some of that sort of frustration out of that routine. It can make it easier for the child to be clued into that routine. Always get your child to point to the picture. Always get your child to take the picture off. Now, to start with, that's going to be hand over hand, because they're not going to know instinctively what to do, but they quite often pick it up very quickly that, you know, when it's finished, they get rid of that and it's done, that one's finished and it's gone. And so as soon as they are able to do that for them, you know, themselves, then let them do that. But it's getting them to mark out what's coming up. Now, they won't necessarily understand straight away the context of some of these symbols or some of the photos that you're showing. They might sort of recognise their toothbrush, but they might not realise that that means they're going to have their teeth brushed. That will come the more you use them and the more repetition you have with them. So moving on, you can do a more complex visual timetable. Again, this is a simple one. You can make it as big and as long as you want with as many activities in as you want. But again, thinking about starting out very simply, you might have their timetable like this. So you've perhaps got the morning planned out up to the mid-afternoon, and then you'd reset it for the next part of the day. So you might be, oh look, Teddy, we're gonna have, let's see, we are gonna have breakfast, and we're gonna play, and then we're gonna have lunch, and then we're gonna go to the park. So let's have our breakfast. So you'd have your breakfast, and then you'd either bring the timetable to your child or take your child to the timetable. You'd be like, oh, breakfast is finished. Again, getting them to post it in a little box or an envelope somewhere where you can keep all your pictures together. Next, we're gonna play with the toys, Teddy. And then you'd repeat that with each activity. So once you'd finished playtime, if you were just being at home and they were just going to be playing before lunch, you know, before it's lunchtime, you'd come up and you'd be like, playtime's finished. Oh look, Teddy, it's lunchtime. Have your lunch and repeat. As I said, that's very simple. You can make it more complex as they get more understanding of that, adding in more activities, breaking down their timetable a bit more, or making it longer. You could simply have breakfast, play and lunch to start with. So you could simply have breakfast, play and lunch, and then for the afternoon you could have park, dinner and perhaps bedtime. So perhaps park, dinner and bedtime, or there might even be something in between that. It might be park, dinner, story, bedtime. Again, as I say, you can build up your timetables and make them as complex as you want. But the idea is that you are giving your child a visual clue as to what is happening in their day, or what is happening now and what is coming up next. I hope that has given you some idea on how to use these things and something to think about. If you have any questions about the visual timetables and our next boards, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. I'll quite happily talk you through any questions and queries you have on that. And as always, would love to see any visual timetables that you've made or see your child using their now and next boards. It would be fantastic.